right, guys, I think we are live and ready to rock and roll. We got some new stuff on the agenda for you today. Eric, is that you? There's a giant Eric on our computer screen for a second there. Officer Mike is on.
You made it in time.
Made it right in time. If you guys are tuning in and you are not on YouTube, if you're on Zoom like Eric, or if you're on Instagram, we did get a really a nicer new webcam for YouTube. So we've got a beautiful 4K picture over on YouTube right now. Oh man, lots of people in here. Brent's on there. Oh man. Kate Truswick's on there. We got a party on YouTube today. Eric's our lone Zoomer, I think. So, all right, run of show for today. Thank you, first of all, for tuning in at noon. Hopefully that's actually a better time for people than 3 o'clock, which is what we've been doing. And we'll run noon every day this week, and then probably every day next week as well. Obviously, next week is a little bit up in the air as the county might be moving back into phase 1, and we got to roll with the punches and see what that has in store for us at that point. But we'll definitely hit noon every day for this week. And other housekeeping items, we've got the voting going on for best gym in Portland. We would certainly appreciate everybody's vote. We made it to the top 5 finalists. And remember, if you nominated us for that, thank you. But then this is a totally separate phase of voting. So the nomination there doesn't count toward our actual votes toward winning the number 1 spot. And so if you haven't voted for the top 5 finalists yet, then we would love your vote to help us get that number 1 spot this time around here. And then we've got Beast Mode coming up this week. So get your Beast Mode nominations in. You can text them or DM us or email us or whatever. Just get it to us in the next couple of days. Usually we announce these on Thursday. So if you can get your vote in at least by Wednesday, that would be very helpful. So, all right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. We've got usual joint mobility to kick it off, and then we've got actually some fun new stuff that we haven't done in any of the virtual classes so far, and we'll get that going right after the warm-up here. So, hey, there you go. It's only 9 p.m. for Brent, so he can join live instead of a midnight workout. Okay, cool. So let's get started. Joint mobility. Let's get down hands and knees, do some cat cows to get started. Few more of these here. We'll go one hand behind the head, do our twists. 5 each way. After 5, trade sides. Lots of pops today. Stretch a lot for this too. And then after 5, what we'll do is take your right foot up and we'll go into our hip flexor stretch. So make sure your pelvis is tucked, and we should feel a stretch right at the front of that left leg here. And a question we get a lot is the position of the back foot, and it's actually kind of cool that both Adam and I have bright red shoes on, so it's easy to see. You can do it either way. It's kind of whatever's up to you. You can see Adam is sort of on his toe there versus I have laces down, and it can be either one, whatever is more comfortable for you. So it doesn't really matter that much. As long as you're getting that stretch in right here. That's the most important thing. Okay, let's trade sides. And same thing here, make sure the pelvis is tucked. We feel that stretch right at the front of the hip crease on that right-hand side. And also it's important that your legs are pretty much on railroad tracks. They should be very straight compared to one another. If one's going one way and one's the other way, we're not going to get the stretch right at the ideal spot for this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, go ahead and put your hands on the floor and take your left leg straight out to the side so your knee is locked. You can either have your whole foot on the floor or just your instep, either one, but we're just gonna kind of rock back and forth, stretch out the left side of our groin. And if you need to add a little difficulty to it, you can go down to elbows. That'll make it probably a little bit more intense. For me, I don't really need that. Straight arms is plenty. Just a couple more times, back and forth here. And we'll go and trade sides. So put your left knee right underneath your left hip pointer. Your right leg goes out to the side. Tight today. And note the kind of rocking motion back and forth. Okay, both knees under you again, okay? And we're gonna come up and we're gonna act like we're gonna do the right side hip flexor stretch. So right knee is down, left leg is up. But what we're gonna do is take our left leg and turn it 90 degrees here. And then our right hand goes to the floor, and I should look like I'm doing a Turkish get up, okay? And so I can either hug my ribs or I can keep my arm out extended like this, and I'm gonna stretch through this space and then up to the sky, and I'm gonna do each way 5 times. And then after 5, then we'll just trade everything and do 5 the other way. All right, after you finish that, then we'll hop up to our feet and just a couple quick hip circles to finish. So I want you to stand where you would for about a kettlebell swing, about that width for a single bell swing. And we'll just do circles one way. I'll call a switch for you. All right, go and trade directions. All right, that should be pretty good. All right, we're gonna do actually something new today that we haven't done in any of the virtual classes so far. And we do them every once in a while in our in-person classes. So some of you might be familiar and probably also out of practice because we haven't done them in almost 3 months since we've been doing these virtual ones for about almost 3 months now. And so I don't know if you guys can see, I put a couple pieces of tape on the floor. I think that's gonna help you see kind of what I'm doing here. And what we're gonna do are swings where I'm gonna move my feet for every rep of the swing, okay? So you can see I put my feet kind of right by these white pieces of tape on the floor here and pretend that I have a kettlebell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hike the kettlebell back, I'm gonna snap my hips forward, and what I'm gonna do is move both my feet to one piece of tape while the kettlebell's at the highest point. And then as the kettlebell comes down, I return. So I'm back at both pieces of tape now. And then I stand up, I go to the other piece of tape, and then down, and then here, and then down, and then here, and then down, and then here, and then down. So when you move your feet is super important here because as the kettlebell is coming back, I need to have each foot at its own piece of tape. That way there's space for the kettlebell to go through my legs. Sometimes people get confused and they have their feet still together when the kettlebell is coming down, and that's a problem because now there's nowhere for the kettlebell to go. So let's not run into that issue. We'll get a few practice sets here, and the intensity level, like the effort that you swing at, keep it pretty low right now. That way you can focus on just the footwork and the timing of it. And then we're gonna practice it for a little bit now and then include these a little bit later in the actual like workout part. So right now it's just sort of getting familiar with the movement. Doesn't have to be too difficult or anything like that. And if you have both a heavy bell and a light kettlebell, do this part with a little bit of a lighter one, and we can always go heavier later on when it's like the workout time. Okay, so let's get our bell. You can use that one out. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do a set first, and then you can kind of watch me as I do it, and then you and Adam can go at the same time, and we'll just do a few rounds of these for practice. And I'll do, I don't know, about 10 or something like that. Okay. So remember, as I hike it, feet are apart, and as it's rising, feet come together. And it'll be good for me to practice too, because I haven't done these in months either. So, all right, here we go. Hopefully I was close to the tape. I was looking up. I didn't really see. But you guys try it out. Do about 10 or so.
I've done it in a long time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, if you're like me, that first set felt a little bit all over the place. And that's kind of part of the fun of it. If you have a lot of space, by the way, these can be done like all in one direction for one set and then all in the next direction for the next set. But what we assume is most people are doing these like in like a spare bedroom or in their living room or something like that. And so you don't have a lot of space. And so doing it like in place like we're doing is probably more practical for most people. So let's try it again, about 10 reps here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's about a little bit better than the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. All right, we'll practice like one more set for now, and then again, we'll revisit these sort of later on in the workout here, okay? So one more set, keep it at 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's funny, in Strong First, they categorize these as like athletic drills is what they call them. But few things make you feel less athletic than doing these things, I think. So. All right. We're going to move to a little bit of strength work for the next few minutes, but then these are going to come back later on in the workout. So take a short break. If you need water, dry your hands off, anything like that, go and make that happen. And then we got a little bit of strength work coming up next. All right. We got a few folks here on Instagram. Dylan's on there. Rick Ball's on there. Steven, how you doing? All right, got a good crew today, actually.
Maybe an easier time.
What's that?
Maybe an easier time.
Yeah, probably a little easier time. I think we had also the same thing where like 20 different people signed in at some point, but not nearly that many are still on there. All right, so first thing, we're gonna do a single-sided push press. So you clean up your one kettlebell. We try to use some leg drive to get it up all the way overhead, get it nice and steady before bringing it back down. Couple considerations on these. When we're doing your loading of your legs to spring load the lift, don't let your arm get super disconnected from your body. We want to keep your arm pretty connected to our body as we load our legs to propel this thing up. And then also make sure we get nice and steady at the top before bringing it back down. You want to feel like, you want to take a second to like celebrate the success of getting this thing up here before bringing it back down for the next rep. So I'll hit 5 on the left-hand side, and then you and Adam match that together here.
Four. Stop.
All right, your turn, left-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now right-hand side, shocker, I know.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stop.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, guys. Next one is also going to be a new movement, and it pairs well with those sidestepping swings that we did earlier. We call this a lateral lunge, is what we're going to call this one. And we really want to feel your glute when you do it, but your glute on one side more than the other. And you'll probably feel your glute on one side and your groin muscle on the other side. If these are new for you, think about doing your first set with no weight at all, and then maybe consider trying adding weight after that. If you're already used to them, then what's going to happen is you're going to hold your weight in your right hand and look at, I'm on the marker here, I'm on the tape. You guys see this? So the weight is in my right hand. I'm going to step to my left, and I'm going to come into a hip hinge and then drive back to the tape. And I'm going to do 10 of these. And after I do my 10, you and Adam do 10 on your side.
5, 6.
I'm letting my left hand kind of go behind me like an ice skater.
8, 9, 10.
All right. You guys, 10 on the left-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we're going to do the opposite. If you're holding the kettlebell, kettlebell is going to be in your left hand, and your right leg is going to step to the right, come into my hinge,
1,
and drive back.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, your guys' turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. And if you're like me, that feels a lot more natural on one side than the other. For me, going to my left and driving back feels a lot better. I'm left-handed for athletic things, and I used to like pitch, and so I'd feel that left glute coming in. Adam, used to play baseball on quarterback and everything, so he probably is the other side because you're right-handed, yeah? And so it's pretty common that people have one dominant side on that one, and all the more reason to make sure you work on both sides.
Way better for me.
Yeah, I feel like a fish out of water going that way. Okay, so next one, we're gonna get in a little bit of core work before we start the whole thing again. If you have access to do body saws, you have like furniture sliders or socks on hardwood floor, then you can just do regular body saws. If you don't have access to that, there's gonna be two options you can do. You can get into your position and then just tippy toe back, hold for 3 seconds, and then tippy toe back in. Or you can just hold it for a straight 30 seconds because it's not quite the same challenge without the sliders moving and everything. So I'll probably just hold for 30 seconds and then I'll have you guys go with Adam for your set here. So you're gonna watch me hold still for 30 seconds. Trying to get the arms out in front of me here. And of course, make sure you don't let your core sag down. You're trying to keep good cylinder position the whole time. Part of the challenge is not letting your feet slide, so you've got to get those toes really rooted into the ground. 5 seconds. And time. All right, I'm gonna time Adam for 30. You guys can either do 30 seconds with Adam, got the clock running, or you can just do 10 reps of body saws if you have a way to do those. Guys are halfway there, 15 more seconds. Almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys, we'll do just a quick break, maybe 1 minute or so, and then we're gonna run through that whole thing again. 1 minute break. It's a little more comfortable. Cooler outside and earlier temperature, or earlier time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and run it through again. We'll do our push presses each side, our lateral lunges each side, and then that core drill to finish up. Okay. So remember, push presses, we'll just go for about 5 reps here. Unless your kettlebell is pretty light, and that's the only one that you have, you can, of course, do more reps, or you could strict press it instead of push pressing it. Just use your judgment. Do something that makes sense. Okay, lefty first.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh man, I felt that one set of abs already on that set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Okay, right hand side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, here you go, guys. 5 on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, guys. So lateral lunges again. And I don't know if I showed a side angle before, but you want your down position to look like this. Can you guys see how it looks like a kettlebell swing from the side? I'm not up tall. Right? A lot of times we think about lunges as I'm very tall, but for these lateral lunges, think about it like a one-sided kettlebell swing where you're sitting back into your hip. I'll actually face the camera for it. So weight's in my right hand. I'm stepping toward the camera with my left leg here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, kettlebell in your right hand, step to your left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, kettlebell in your left hand, stepping to your right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Extended plank, or like a Superman plank. I'll go 30 seconds, and you guys match it. Halfway. Five seconds. And time. All right, you guys, either 10 body saws or 30 seconds here. All right, on the clock. And if you're just holding still, remember you want to be out extended far enough that 30 seconds is hard for you. For every person, that's a little bit different distance, but find a distance that's challenging for you. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. And time. All right, guys, we'll do about 1 more minute break, and then we'll hit one more time through that series pretty quick. We holding up so far so good, guys? Officer Mike, how you doing today? Making it?
I'm going out of bed.
Probably just rolling out of bed, that's true. All right, go time. Let's get this last one started here. So push presses, 5 on the left.
One, two, three, four, five.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, right hand side now. 5 reps there.
Two, three, four, five.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So lateral lunges, weight is in your right hand, step to your left.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Whew, overstepped.
9, 10.
All right, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go, 10. All right, other side here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Woo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys. Either 10 body solids or 30-second Superman plank. I'll go for my 30. Halfway. Five seconds. And time. All right, you guys. Here we go. Either 10 body solids or 30 seconds here. Mike, it's only easy if your weight's too light. How far out are you going on these planks, Mike? 10 more seconds. You know, lying down on your stomach on the couch doesn't count as a plank. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys, short break, maybe 1 minute or so. And we're moving on. And Mikey, what weight were you doing for all that stuff? That shouldn't have been that easy. I was feeling with push presses anyway. All right, guys. 24 kilo? Or no, is that 20? Oh, it's just 24. Yeah, you got the 28. Listen to Brad. He said, go get that 28 kilo. All right, guys. So we're going to get some swings going, and we're going to do a mix of the regular two-handed swings. We're going to do a mix of the regular two-handed swings and then those side-stepping swings that we did earlier. The sets of regular two-handed are going to be 12 reps each set, and the side-stepping ones are going to be 8 reps each set. Okay? So I'll start it with regular two-handed for 12, and then you and Adam go at the same time, and then the next set after that will be the side-stepping ones for 8 reps here. All right. And you guys have 2 different bells. You can do a heavier one for the regular. 12 reps coming up.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 12, 11, and 12.
Almost up the thing.
So
Almost
you
did the same
can.
thing. I know, me too. All right, 12 to you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 more. 10, 11, and 12. If you guys get confused, just do 10 of everything, right? Because 12 one set, 8 the next, balance is 10. So if you get confused, just do 10. All right, so if you guys want to use a lighter bell for these side-stepping ones, feel free. We're going to go 8 reps or 10 reps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so now we got about a 30-second break, a little bit longer. So obviously we get through 8 plus 8 faster than 12 plus 12. And then we're back to our stationary regular swings. And again, I know there's a bunch of people that have like one heavy bell and then one more manageable bell. This is a great time. Use your heavy bell for these stationary ones, and then a little bit more manageable bell for the moving ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
All right, there you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 more. 10, 11, and definitely feel some muscles in my hips and low back that don't normally get used this much. Those lateral lunges, I think. Good though. All right, stepping, 8 reps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo. Guys, about 30 seconds, and then we rinse and repeat. All right, stationary, 12 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. And all right. Side steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, guys, we'll probably go for that series probably like 2 more times, like 4 more sets. 2 more sets of stationary, 2 more sets of side steps. As you get the hang of those side steps, try to make them, snappy like a regular swing. We've had a lot of practice now today, so hopefully you guys can put some good snap into them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Home stretch, guys. Almost there. All right, side steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, guys, one more time through it. We'll call it a day. French Fist and Cornhuskers.
And I'll sell that next year.
I'm sure there's probably a lot better stuff on the market these days than 2010 when Mike got hooked on them. 2011. All right, last set of 12 stationary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 more, 10, 11, 12. Guys, one more set of side steps, then we'll call it a day. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, guys, 8 to you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, guys. Good work. That's what we've got for everybody for today. Hope it wasn't too easy for you, Officer Mike. Those swings add up, man. They add up for sure. Housekeeping items, vote for us, best gym in Portland. We can send you a link if you need a direct link to it. But we really appreciate the support, especially right now with all the challenging times for small businesses. It would really mean a lot, and it would be a big help for us to be able to get that #1 spot this year. And then let's also get our Beast Mode nominations in today, tomorrow, or Wednesday at the latest. That way we can get some good awards going out there. And we'll keep everybody posted on the county potentially reopening in a little bit less than 2 weeks. And I don't know how that's going to affect everything at this point. We still have a lot of balls in the air. We're trying to figure that out. But I know I'm looking forward to getting things going, at least in some capacity, and seeing everybody in person again. And hope you guys are ready too. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Strong on 3. 1, 2, 3. Strong. Thank you.